It's not too late for you to live the life that you want to live. It is not too late for you to rewrite your story the way that you see fit. You can change your life for the better forever, even if you started today. Don't get hung up on the fact that, you know, you didn't accomplish a certain goal by the time you was 35 and you set the goal when you were 25. There's still time for you. You can still write the story that you want. Don't get upset because we're in May and you had these goals set for January, but life happened and you didn't quite make it to that deadline. It's still not too late for you. You can rewrite your story. You can write it the way that you want. Not only that, though, write something beautiful. You don't have to get caught up on these deadlines because oftentimes that's what happens, right? We set these unrealistic deadlines for ourselves. We don't meet those deadlines, so we throw all of the progress away. And in reality, we should hold on to it and build off of it. Use it as a stepping stone. Like you set a deadline to be down 20 pounds from January to now, but you only got down 15. You don't throw away all of that progress. You use it as a stepping stone and say, okay, now what do I need to change to continue on and use that as momentum and motivation versus saying, I'm just going back and eating all my little Debbie's and all my snack cakes. You hear me? Instead, get back in the lab, figure out what needs to change, how to build. If you have a car and you got one flat tire, you don't flatten the other three. Nah, you get that one tire fixed. You put air in it, you get it replaced, you put the dummy tire on it or something like that. You don't throw away your progress. Just because certain things didn't happen at a certain time, you don't just walk away and give up. Nah, you figure out, okay, how can I use this to my advantage? You don't just, get stuck and stay stuck. You figure this thing out. The only thing that's constant in this lifetime is change. And you're able to change and reinvent yourself as many times as possible, as many times as necessary to you. You don't have to stay the same. You're not, a robot. The beautiful thing about this life is that, you know, once you reach a certain point and you feel like you hit a plateau, you can literally say, okay, you know what? Out with the old, in with the new. But that's going to require a mindset change, a shift in like how you think, a shift in how you move. So you can't just, say these things. You actually have to put action behind it. So if your goal is to, start a business, you have to, instead of just doing all of this research, you have to actually start making moves, filling out your paperwork, filling out your LLC paperwork, figuring out how to open up certain bank accounts. You know what I mean? If your desire is to go back to school, but you may be in your late 30s, early 40s, and you've already graduated, 15, 20 years ago. But there's something in you that say, like, I want change. I want something better. I wanna do something different. It's not too late for you. But you gotta put the work in. You gotta fill out those college applications. You know what I mean? Like you gotta start doing research on what you want to get into. What's the major? What do I want to go? Like, is it gonna require me to relocate? Am I doing online classes? You have to put the legwork in. But you're not stuck. Change happens when you decide it happens. But it only happens if you actually start moving your feet. Change don't happen by keeping still. Don't get discouraged because of deadlines, because unrealistic expectations that you placed on yourself. Don't even get discouraged, especially by the unrealistic expectations that other people put on you, because that's a problem within itself. We have all of this outside and background noise from people saying like, "Oh, you too old to do this," "Oh, that's not gonna work." Just negative Nancy's. You hear me? Like just people that's just like so miserable, either with themselves or like low key, they jealous of you, so they tell you something isn't going to work because they can't do it, because they don't have the mindset to do it, because they don't see it for themselves, but you see it for you, because they've been stuck being the same person that they've always been. They have a routine, and that's been their routine for 15, 20 years. Nothing has changed for them. But you don't have to live like that. You can change your mind today, change your mind tomorrow, and say, I wanna live a different life. You see a nice home, a nice apartment for yourself. Maybe you see a couple pets. You driving in a different car, traveling a little bit more. Maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you've worked, you know, these corporate jobs, and you've been in the office for 15, 20 years, and you want something different. Maybe you want to see the world. Don't let people talk you out of your dreams. Don't let people talk you out of your goals and what you want to do with your life. Maybe you want to go ahead and travel the world, and you're able to do it. You have the resources. You can possibly work remotely from wherever you are in the world. Go travel. It's not too late for you to rewrite your story. You don't have to be stuck doing the same thing day in and day out because society tells you so, or because somebody else has placed their fears upon you. Live your life, man. Live it to the fullest. You can change your life today. Start today. You don't have to wait for Monday. Oftentimes we get caught up in like, oh, I'm gonna start on a Monday. I'm gonna start at the top of a new month. I'm gonna start at the new year. You're wasting time. Why wait when you can start today? That time is gonna pass. You know how much ground and progress you could have been made up by that time, like trying to wait till New Year. We in May of 2025. And you talking about you just gonna start next year? That's not cool. Change your life, man. It ain't too late for you. And I believe that if you really put your mind to it and you put pen to paper and you start to do the legwork, whatever it is in this life, you can achieve it. I believe in you. The problem is you gotta believe in you. You can't tell yourself, you can't speak negatively into you. You have to speak positive into yourself to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. If you telling yourself, "Oh, I can't do this," you making up all of these excuses as to why you can't rewrite your story, why you can't change your life. If you sit around telling yourself that every single day, every time something gets a little difficult or get a little hard, guess what? You're gonna become, you know, paralyzed and just like be stuck. And now it's just an afterthought. It's a pipe dream. It's something you only fantasize about. So you got to speak life into you and say, man, look, this is what I want. I'm working on it. I don't care how long it takes. As long as I'm seeing progress, I'm going to keep moving forward. Because slow progress is better than no progress. But if you start the day, you can look up in 5 to 10 years and be like, I'm happy I made that decision to rewrite my story. So many people online that's rewriting a story. That decided to take a chance on themselves, and like literally for the better, everything has worked out in their favor. It has taken time, but they are living their dream because they made a choice that their story was not going to end, but they were going to keep rewriting and reinventing themselves. So change your life, man. Change your mindset.